We play and call it work.
Hey there, Wargamers. Luca from MiniWargaming here to share a little treat with you, a little treasure that was just sent in for us. What we have here is Legends of Signum, the starter box, the Battle of Vallor. Now, this here is going to be an unboxing, a review with Steve from MiniWargaming, and a playthrough with both of us as well. Now, this is a game that was recently on Kickstarter. Well, it was back in May, and I'm recording this in September, so it was a good amount of months ago. But this here, we have a unique skirmish war game. Now, it involves a deck of cards, it involves dice, it involves a 2-foot by 2-foot play area, and it involves some of the most beautiful models I've seen in a good while. If you're into the high fantasy sort of thing, of course. Now, what you get here is the unboxing. If this is the first video you're watching, then I guess you're on the right path, because after this, we'll have the review with Steve from MiniWargaming, and then after that, we'll have the game. Or you can watch the game first, and then the review. It doesn't really matter in that order, or the unboxing last. For whatever reason, you can do that as well. We've already recorded the game, so we've already got a good mindset of what the game is about, so we could probably review the game afterwards, and both of us are very impressed. Steve in particular, because he both wants this box and another box of his own. In addition to what you're going to see in this box, they have other factions available, such as goblins, orcs, pirates, I believe, and undead. In this box, you get the city-state faction, the Vallor, and the oppressive, well, seemingly impressive Grifarum Empire. So I say we get started and check out what's inside, shall we? First, we have the box! And then, of course, you have the contents of the box. A very generous box to boot. More than enough to play right away, just a little assembly required. Every good game comes with a comprehensive rulebook, everything neatly organized, and fun fantasy, high fantasy artwork. Hero cards for your faction leaders, the Grifarum Empire and the city-state of Vallor. The Grifarum Empire and city-state of Vallor corresponding decks to play the game with in this starter box as well. The city cards that allow you to build up your resources throughout the gameplay. Measurement rulers coming in small, medium, large, and extra large with the actual centimeter measurements underneath at 8, 10, 15, and 25. These measure ranges as you move your models and check for ranges when it comes to shooting attacks as well. These tokens represent the terrain that you can construct during gameplay onto the actual field of battle to interrupt your opponent's plans or to further your own. Here we have some of the tokens in the box that represent prosperity, a resource you use to build the cities in your buildings, or I guess I should say the buildings in your cities, as well as tracking wounds and durability on certain items. Now there are other tokens that represent stealthing or other abilities that come up in the game. 6d6 right here, each facing shows up twice on each dice. They represent different things that you can accomplish in the game. Watch further for the actual gameplay to see what they do. And of course, you don't need these dice to play the game. You could use regular d6. The crosshairs are 1s and 2s, the axes are 5s and 6s, and I believe the shields are 3s and 4s. A little pamphlet on the history of Signum, which you can also find in the rulebook of the game. It goes into the free city of Vallor, the crusade against Vallor, and the Holy Grifarum Empire, as well as the birth of the Empire, or the birth of Signum on the back. It gives you a 2x2 fold-out sheet to play your games on. Like I said, you get the box, you open it all up, you assemble the models, and you play right away. Here it is folded out, though there's always the option, if you want something more durable, you can buy the neoprene mat on their website, which will be, of course, linked down below. It is also, if you're curious, signumgame.com. This little folded thing here, that's a quick reference sheet. A huge quick reference sheet. It goes into details on the setup of the game, the core mechanics, all the special rules on the right, as well as how the game is broken down into its fine phases. And lastly, what you've probably been waiting for is the actual models themselves. On the left, we have the Grifarum Empire all bagged up, and on the right, we have the city-state of Vallor. Now, with each of these, you get 11 models per bag. So you get 11 for the Grifarum Empire and 11 for the city-states of Vallor. Now, I would like to show you what they look like, built and painted up. Here we have the misfits of the city-state of Vallor. Now, the city-state of Vallor represents a large collection of different individuals, essentially a melting pot of a culture, misfits from other places that have all come together to form this city-state that seem to have just worked out. And of course, led by Brisa de Molform, the beast mistress in the back. Here are the models of the Grifarum Empire led by Roland the Proud, Martial Protector in the back. Now that is it for this unboxing, folks, and if this piqued your interest, please, I implore you to check out the game that both Steve and myself have played, and if not that, then please go check out the review, or both of them, in any order you wish. It doesn't really matter. This game, I find, was a great treasure sent to us, and both Steve and myself are big fans of it. It pulls from some of my favorite games mechanics and combines them into a wonderful and very entertaining game. Now, if you're not going to be checking out those games, or if you are and you want a little bit more information about this game, Legend of Signum, go to signumgame.com, and there you'll see the other armies they have available and other models they have available for the armies you get in the starter box as well. That is it, folks. As always, I will see you later, and happy wargaming.